So this video series is about our trip from Fort Pierce, Florida to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And so far we have shown you Mike arriving in Florida to our catamaran, and on day one going from Fort Pierce to Cocoa Beach, which basically involved leaving the marina officially, heading through some bridges, and then checking out the ICW while cruising by motor. And then on day two, the progress was to go from Cocoa Beach to Daytona Beach. And so that really involved a lot of the same thing, very glassy conditions, so motoring along, and then some interesting terrain along the ICW, as well as several additional bridges that had to be crossed, which seems like the theme of the ICW. So now it's day three, and the intention is to go from Daytona Beach to St. Augustine. So Mike, tell us about how day three went.
Well, again, we had another one of those beautiful weather days that we certainly can't complain about, apart from lack of wind, I guess, could be our only complaint as sailors. But the ICW was awesome through here, and especially near Daytona Beach. The buildings and the houses were huge and outrageously fancy. That was pretty neat to see as far as going through their backyards.
And you had a little mishap with the motor?
Yeah, at Daytona Beach we had a minor incident where the motor actually fell off the dinghy. Fortunately, I was holding onto it at the time, and it didn't end up in the salt water, which can cause a lot of damage. So
you saved the motor, but had some trouble.
Yeah, you got it.
So you'll have to work on that later, but first the guys wanted to fix the barbecue.
Yeah, so apparently this was absolutely essential. It's so essential that we had to stop and drop the anchor for a bit so that they would actually be able to diagnose why it wasn't lighting, which turned out to be a clogged propane line. We figured that out eventually. But yeah, they managed to get it lit, I think, after a fair bit of fighting and arguing with it during this little emergency hot dog roasting anchorage moment.
You told me this vacation was all about screwing, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to line up with the hole underneath, eh?
So after we're probably working on that barbecue thing, we also had to resolve a situation where we had some stripped splines with the throttles. So that was why Rory and I were arguing with that.
So here you are arriving at St. Augustine?
Yeah, we had to fuel up in St. Augustine. We were really looking forward to getting out on the town for the evening and enjoying that time.
And then you were docking right there in the town?
Exactly, yeah. It's the city marina of St. Augustine. So we managed to get a slip right near the outside for an easy exit in the morning, and that was that. Pretty perfect spot.
I love this song. Penny and I always we'd go to a dance, a big dinner with a dance afterwards, and we'd close the place down.
Nice.
We'd just dance.
So now you finally arrived on land, and you get to explore the town of St. Augustine, which must have been really fun.
It was a historic place.
Yeah, exactly. Where are we going? Where are we?
Well, there's maps if we're going to
What's it called?
It's called Mojo's Restaurant.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks.
Watch your step there, okay?
7 blocks. I haven't walked 7 blocks in.
No matter which way we go, because we went down that way and you
Well, I think we can go down this way and come
Well, we
over
can
it.
go this way, but
Did you find it on your Mike?
I've got it.
Oh, okay.
We walk up here to Cordoba and turn right, and then we just walk until we come to it.
So was it weird to be back on land?
A little bit, but the weather was nice, and again, it's just such a cool place to explore. There were cannons, and I think there was even a carronade there, which was fun to look at. And we looked like the worst tourists ever, just taking pictures everywhere. And the buildings were neat. Some of them were really old, centuries old, and the history was thick. There was a lot of, I guess, obviously Spanish history originally. I think in St. Augustine.
Looks beautiful.
Or really, I love being a tourist in a town, man. You just stand around taking photos of stuff, you know?
It's pretty funny, actually.
And the locals look at you like,
Yeah. It's like, I live here every day. It's not that exciting, right? Yeah. But it is really pretty. I'm impressed.
Really nice.
The treasury, that's awesome.
We walked down through there and it was really old, like historic building.
this is one of the fake ones.
Oh yeah, of course. It looks modern or recently built. We're never gonna get there at this rate.
So you did finally make it to Mojo's in the end?
We did, after a brief stop at a used bookstore, which none of us could resist, and I think we all left having bought a book or two, which was fun. But yeah, we made it to Mojo's. Amazing barbecue food, probably one of the best restaurants I've ever been to. And they had my favorite cider on tap, which was just awesome. So we had a good time there, and on our way back, we stumbled across this guy that was working in his woodworking shop, and Dan really wanted to go and talk to him and just see what he was up to, because Dan is a cabinet maker. So everyone was very friendly, and we had a nice chat.
And so the other main thing I've learned about St. Augustine is that there's lots of places for dessert.
There are tons of places for dessert, and Rory, when he's on a mission to get food, he's unstoppable, so he was pretty excited about the options.
I think he went in there. I think he went in there looking for dessert.
He's still hungry, eh?
He wants dessert. That guy's relentless.
Yeah, he's like
He's like a teenager. Did you find dessert?
Gelatos, Timacero.
We'll wait for you, man, if you want to get some. Gelato and sorbet.
I won't wait for him. Yeah, this one's for you. There you go.
Little guys down there. That would be a good milkshake.
Coconut caramel chai. Oh man.
I love it.
Who knew, eh? I've never seen anything like that.
That's a new one.
So now I'm really excited to go to St. Augustine and check out the desserts.
Yeah, well, I made a point of taking little videos and some pictures of all the interesting signs of places you'll need to try. And yeah, we had a great day. We made it to exactly where we needed to be, which was fantastic, and even had enough time to do a little relaxation and some shore leave for everybody, which was great.